because they should never have been court-martialed in some cases and convicted of mutiny in other cases. But it does provide some measure of closure for the families and the descendants of those men, and that is so important for us as well. It's the only amount of justice that can be delivered 80 years after the fact. And so to have the Secretary of the Navy make that announcement, we've all just been smiling. A lot more than we normally do with such a solemn anniversary. We are both still honoring the dead and elated that those men's names have finally been cleared. And what that means for their families, we do not understand.
What was that moment like when you first heard it? Because I know I was Googling it, and then it said some of the exoneration. I said, no, that can't be true.
Well, we knew that the Secretary of the Navy was coming to today's event. We were hoping that he was coming with news that we wanted to hear, but the Navy did not share any plans with us ahead of time, and so we were afraid to hope. We were trying not to get our hopes up too much. And then when that Washington Post article dropped on Wednesday morning, I was in tears. I was overcome with emotion because of what it means, because of what it meant for the families, what it means for those families, and what it meant for the story, and for a large institution like the Navy to step up and do that is not something that you see happen.
I'd like to ask the media that has the microphone on the
everything that we have, all the work that we've been doing for so many years.
Some people will come up and want to read.
And that work is not done.
You select
this is a
her.
National Park Service site. This is a place where
Therefore,
folks
the
are going to come and hear
microphone's
this
kind of in the
story
way.
for generations. And we will keep telling it. And we will keep talking about justices and injustices that go unaddressed for many, many years.
It has to be a special day for you, with all the activities going on, and I've seen you in a lot of videos, documentaries. It has to be a special day because of that moment that happened 3 days ago.
It is. We're all living on adrenaline because on the one hand we have work to do. We have this event to put on, but we are thrilled. Many of us were in tears on Wednesday. We had already planned. Some of us had already planned to come out to the site after hours on Wednesday to mark the 80th anniversary, and that was just such a special moment with some park staff, past and present, with board members from the Friends of Port Chicago National Memorial, just reveling in the fact that it's been 80 years and at last these men's names have been cleared.
Well, I do want to thank you for all the work that you've been doing with the National Park Service and being here on this special day. Like you said, there is still a lot of work to do. A lot of people are unknown about this part of Black history.
This is a little known story, but it is such a critical one because of the fact that it was a catalyst for the entire desegregation of the American military.
Thanks for mentioning that part. I almost forgot about that part with Thurgood Marshall behind the scenes, even though they didn't win the case, but he was instrumental.
He did not win the appeal, but he got the sentences reduced. He got some benefits restored. He was able to make those men's lives better, even though the appeal was not successful, because they were not about to. The racial discrimination that was going on was not a winning argument in 1944.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
Enjoy your day.
You are very welcome. It's very nice to meet you.
Antonio Harvey. My pleasure.
I wanted to say hello. This is Ray Hackett.
Hi, it's so good to see you.
Yes.
I saw your name on the list. I'm so happy that you're here.
Well, thank you. And your name has been on my lips for the last 5 years. You gave me that flag, and I tell you, I have talked about you, watched your video, and it's just been so wonderful. It's so to be here today. Not knowing when I signed up that the announcement was.
We didn't know either.
They didn't tell us.
Well, I thought, oh my God, right. And I came thinking, because it was on a minute's notice that, okay, you got to get your package, you got to get your air, and on a minute's notice, I said, I've got to go. I don't know how many more beings I'm going to get on and the Chicago area. Yes,
I'm so happy.
I know this gentleman's been trying to interview me, but I just want to say I'll be right there. This is an unusual event. It is solemn, and you're all
2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, hey, ha.